Connections presents to you End of All Hope. Episode 4, It Thickens.
We drove for a good 2 hours before we reached the cabin. It definitely was out of the way. Something Mark and Jay seemed to be really happy about. We saw a few looters on our way, but nothing crazy. It seemed, for the most part, in the neighborhood areas, most people stayed indoors.
Here.
One night, right?
Right. Well, that wasn't easy to get through, but we're here.
Braydon led us to the front steps of the porch. He knocked on the door. The door opened, revealing a woman in a sundress and sandals.
That's odd attire.
We drove from the beach.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, champ.
A boy walked up. His baseball cap was too big for his head.
This is Maria. Maria, this is Ava. Mark, and you know Jay.
Hi, Maria.
This is our little one, Luke.
Hi.
Come in, I'm making lunch.
I'm going to unpack the car, and I'll meet you guys inside.
I can help.
Thanks.
We sat around the dining room table eating. Braydon had a radio on, so we listened to the news. More reports of falling rocks, this time hitting Sydney, Vancouver, Mexico City, Cairo, Charlotte, and Fort Worth. Nothing yet in California, but I felt it was only a matter of time.
Could we maybe not listen to the radio right now?
I think it's important.
It's making it hard for me to eat.
Right? Sorry.
We sat at the table in silence for a few moments.
So Braydon said you guys were in New York?
That's right. We all flew out to attend a convention held by the EPA.
EPA?
Environmental Protection Agency.
We had a certain proposal we were working on, a way to fix up the bay.
The oil spill? That kind of thing happens far too often.
And the convention was held in New York?
It was supposed to go all weekend.
I can't imagine what it's like there now. The images I saw, devastating.
We were lucky to get out.
Thank God Mark can drive like a maniac.
It got us out of there, didn't it?
That wasn't a criticism.
We lost all that work.
Look at the other side of the coin. The environmental damage done by this will spark hundreds of new ideas. Tons of new proposals.
If this isn't, you know.
Isn't what?
The end?
The end?
I can't believe that this is the end. It's a shower, not a giant meteor. To compare this to the dinosaurs would be...
It's not the end. You heard the radio. The showers are dying down.
Dying down? Please. Mexico City, Vancouver, Sydney, that shit is worldwide.
When Jay said shit, Luke snickered. Jay, realizing his curse, quickly apologized.
Sorry.
It's fine. Because we know only grown-ups use these kind of words. Right, Luke?
Uh-huh.
What happens if every major city gets hit?
We'll bounce back.
The news said there was no worry of a giant meteor hitting any time. These smaller rocks are just going to create craters everywhere. Don't get me wrong, there will be a lot of damage and chaos until things settle down. Why do you think that we're here?
I want to thank you again for letting us stay here.
Of course.
After lunch, the radio went back on. News broadcasts filled every station. I helped Maria wash dishes, even though she said help was not needed.
Also, if you guys need clothes, if you want a shower, you can borrow something of mine or Maria's.
Around 5, I went outside with Braydon's phone. He had charged it on a portable charger that he had left at the cabin. I tried calling Scott, but there was no answer. I forced myself not to worry. I sat on the steps on the porch and looked up at the sky. It was a clear, sunny day.
Any luck?
No answer.
I wouldn't worry.
Doing my best. I'll try calling again soon.
Before you do,
Braydon took a seat by me on the steps.
I just want to say that I know you're adamant about getting back to San Diego, and I totally understand it. But you are welcome to stay here for as long as you need. Jay knows that, but I wanted to personally extend my offer to you and Mark. We have plenty of food.
I appreciate that, but...
I know. You need to get back. Before you leave tomorrow, remind me to give you my GPS. And I may have a couple of New York maps. Somewhere. You should take them. Staying off the main roads may become a necessity.
I'm just hoping these showers die down.
Me too.
Braydon stood.
If you need anything else, just let me or Maria know.
Thank you. Braydon headed back inside the cabin. He was a really nice guy. Maria seemed nice too. He mentioned she was his ex-wife, but it seemed like they were on good terms. That's good for Luke. I ended up getting up and going to the front of the cabin between the cars and the wood line. I tried calling Scott again, but there was no answer. I heard something in the woods. A mother deer and her fawn moved slowly through, sniffing the air. I slowly followed them onto a dirt path. The path seemed to lead to Lake Carmel. The deer went to the water and sipped. I stepped on a branch, which made their ears prick up, their eyes scanning the area. I remained still, but the mother deer could see me. I tried stepping back to not startle them, but it didn't work. The deer darted off quickly. I walked down to the water. A lone canoe floated quickly toward the right bend. It was moving at an unusual speed. It disappeared around the bend. I followed it up a grassy hill and noticed the sound of rushing water. I got to the other side to see a large crater. At the bottom of the crater, a large meteor or asteroid or whatever had water falling from the lake into it. I noticed a young woman, possibly early 20s, climbing down. She wore short shorts and a tank top. I walked around the edge of the crater's ledge to see what she was up to. She stopped when she reached the rock, turned, and looked up at me.
Ready?
Hey, excuse me. You're in the way.
I turned around to see a man in a plaid shirt and jeans standing behind me. He had his phone up to his face. What?
You're in the way?
Then I realized he was trying to take a picture of the girl in the crater. I moved aside. Sorry.
Hey, thanks. You ready, babe? Got it.
It's awesome down here.
Hey, sorry about that. I really didn't mean to be rude.
No, I just didn't know. She's not going to touch it, right?
Nah, she knows not to touch it.
Okay.
There's steam coming off this thing.
Hey, babe, make sure not to touch it.
I know that.
Hey, I'm Darren. It's nice to meet you.
Ava.
Do you stay around here?
No. Staying with a friend.
Oh, Braydon?
You know him?
Yeah, we see him around. We don't really live that far from each other.
The girl made her way back up the ledge, climbing carefully. When did this hit? I thought all the asteroids hit big cities.
I think a lot of them strayed, to be honest. They hit everywhere. I mean, we're lucky this one even just hit the ground and not someone's house or cabin. It's pretty crazy what's going on, right?
Oh, hi.
Hey, Tina, this is Ava. She's staying with Braydon.
Oh, at the cabin. He's got a nice place.
I'm just glad to hear he's okay. Wait, he's okay, right?
He is.
Okay, it's your turn, babe.
Actually, let's take one together. Ava, would you mind taking a picture of us in the crater?
I just climbed all the way back up here.
So, come on.
The two of them climbed into the crater, and I snapped a quick picture. After talking with them a little more, I headed back to the cabin.
Where were you?
At the lake.
Jeez, let me know next time.
Relax, I was just taking a walk.
We shouldn't be splitting up like that.
We weren't splitting up. I was checking out the lake, trying to get a hold of Scott.
What did he say?
Nothing. He didn't answer.
I'm sure he's...
What? He's busy evacuating the city, heading to Ramona?
I wouldn't worry.
I'm not. I walked past Mark and over to Braydon, who was in the living room with Jay and Maria, listening to the radio. I handed Braydon his phone. It was a weird image, seeing everyone sit around a radio. I didn't grow up in the 40s, but I suspect weekday nights were very much like this. Around midnight, everyone headed off to bed. It was now 3:30 in the morning, and I still couldn't sleep. I went to the kitchen and poured myself a glass of water. Scott never called back. I tried calling him several more times, but nothing. I tried not worrying, but it wasn't easy. Hopefully everything was fine, and he was at his sister's, taking care of her.
Can't sleep, huh?
I turned around to see Mark sitting at the dining room table, leafing through a magazine. No.
Neither can I.
It's gonna make for a rough ride tomorrow, with neither of us getting any sleep.
I probably shouldn't say this because I already know the answer, but are you sure you don't want to stay just a little longer?
Mark, you said...
I know. Never mind.
Don't you want to get back to San Diego?
Yes, but traveling west right after all these showers is not the smartest idea.
And waiting here is?
Until things settle down, yes. We have food, water, and supplies. If the car breaks down, or if we hit a bridge we can't cross, we're screwed. This isn't going to be some fun road trip.
Maybe Mark was right. Maybe staying here would be the best option until things got back to normal. But what if things don't settle down?
Then we'll plan from there.
What about Jay?
What about him? He'll do whatever you and I decide anyway.
I already told Scott.
Call him again.
He's not answering now.
Look, I know you want to get back to him, but I think the best option for us is... What the hell?
Someone was screaming outside. Mark and I ran to the window. A man ran between the cars and up the steps.
Help! Please, Braydon! Braydon, please help!
Ava, stand back.
Mark opened the door and the man burst in. He tripped and fell on the floor. His shirt and pants were all bloody.
Jesus.
Shut the door! Shut the door!
Darren?
You know him?
I met him down by the lake.
Oh God, please! Lock the door! Lock it! Lock it!
What happened? Are you okay?
Please!
He's covered in blood.
What the hell is going on down here?
Braydon and Jay came down the stairs.
What the hell is that?
Close the curtains! Close the curtains now!
Why?
It's following me!
What is?
The thing! It burst out of the rock!
The rock? What the hell is he talking about?
It killed Tina! Now it's coming for me!
At that moment, we all froze. Outside the window, we could see the dark outline of something standing in the woods. It was tall, muscular.
Oh no. It's here.
End of All Hope, written by Robert M. Lamb, edited by Seth York, Adam Jetmore, and Robert M. Lamb. Starring Hope Ennis as Ava, Nick Engelhard as Mark, Adam Jetmore as Jay. Co-starring Jenny Bailey, Justin Stewart, Jay Marone, Chris Cardasano, Amber Simpson, Brian Messick, Mike Lenhart, Christopher Atkinson, John Lasseroth, Kyle Appleyard, Maria Baumgartner, Kaylin Boyd, Jack Austin, Seth York, Jonathan Moss, Amy LeRae, April Cadmus Marsh, Daniel Brown, Ashley York, Nick Ott, Mitchell Beck, Jose Caraballo, and Robert M. Lamb. Music provided by Incompetech.com and Dylan Mixer at dylanmixercomposer.bandcamp.com. If you enjoy this podcast, don't forget to rate and review on iTunes. Visit www.sevenlamb.com for more podcasts such as this one. This has been a Seven Lamb production.